why do you do what you do? Personally, I started my own business because I was fascinated by the topic of entrepreneurship and the psychology of marketing. I didn't just start my business because I wanted to make money, but because I was interested in the science and the strategy of how money is made. I really love what I do. So much so that I can pretty easily work for 8 or 10 or 12 hours a day, and occasionally I do. But most of the time, I try to limit my working hours to just around 6 per day because I have 3 little kids, and the fact is, they are always my #1 priority. I always want to make sure that I make plenty of time to spend that quality time with them, to be a really active part in their lives, to teach them and train them, because I know that their childhood is something that I can never get back. There will be plenty of years in the rest of my life to focus even more intently on building my business if that's what I choose to do. But right now, I really need to prioritize my kids. So I choose to limit my working hours. But here's the really cool thing. Even though I only work about 6 hours a day, I can run my business in just about 4 hours a day, or even less. Those extra hours that I put in beyond those necessary 4 or so, well, that's just because I love what I do so much and I'm so motivated to work on continually growing and improving my company. So with that being said, let me walk you through exactly what I do on most days in order to maintain this business while working so little. And just for context, I run an education and media company for online entrepreneurs. We're currently on track to hit $500,000 in revenue this year, and I have a small team of about 6 people who also put in about 20 hours a week, just like I do. The first 15 minutes of every workday are spent planning. If I want to be effective and maximize the time that I do have available for work, then I really have to take a good look at everything that I could do and prioritize what I'm going to focus on for that day. What are my top priority tasks? I can't just focus on the urgent things. I really need to prioritize the important things, the things that are going to have the biggest impact on my business, on our profits, and on the world. We use a project management software called Asana. And so during this first 15 minutes of the day, I'm looking through all of the tasks that have been assigned to me in Asana. I'm deciding exactly which ones I'll actually complete today, and then I am rescheduling the other tasks to different days of the month, or I'm delegating them to my team members. Once I finish planning my day, then it's time to move on to my first task, and I try to always have my first task be my top priority task. Almost every day, this is content creation. Not always YouTube content creation, but some form of content creation. Some days I film videos for one of my online programs. Other days, I shoot YouTube videos. Other days, I am writing social media posts or articles. It varies a lot from day to day, but I find that creating content is one of the things that has the biggest impact on all aspects of my business. The more and the higher quality content we create, the more prospective customers we attract, and the more people we're able to impact with the free content itself. Most days, I spend about 2 hours on content creation. This is enough time for me to film about 3 YouTube videos, or several lessons for one of my online programs, or write 1 article or several social media posts. Once I've done that most important task, then I can move on to some of those urgent, not as important things like email. Most days I spend 30 minutes on email. Now, I think that email gets a pretty bad rap, especially in the online business space. A lot of people say that email is just busy work, you should ignore it, you should get it off your plate, don't let it take up your time. And I agree, we definitely shouldn't be checking our email every time we get a new message in our inbox, shouldn't be checking it 5-10 times a day. It can be a big distraction, but really we have to consider what email is. Email is communicating with other humans. And while I don't know everything about other people's businesses, I do know that most businesses run on personal connections. You have to be selling something to someone. You have to be helping someone solve some problem if you want to turn a profit and you want to have an impact on the world. So when you consider that email can serve that purpose, can help to connect you with other humans who you can help and who can help you in your business, then that makes email seem a lot more important. So 30 minutes a day, it's not that much time for email, but it's something that I try to do almost every day. After email, my next task is to work on managing and supporting my team and doing any sort of admin work. So this is where I'll log into Slack, I'll respond to any messages that I've received from my team, answer any of their questions, send them files they might need, direct them to where they can find things for themselves, anything that I can do to help them do their jobs better. I try to give my team members as much responsibility and ownership over different tasks and aspects of the business that I can, but because this business is my brainchild and for a long time I ran this business all on my own, the fact is that they still need some support from me because there are some things that only I know or that I'm the only one who has them right now. As the business continues to grow and expand and evolve, I'm more and more able to hand over these tasks to the team members so that they don't have to keep asking me questions or getting help from me. But right now, I would say that we're still in a transition phase with that to some degree. Okay, so at this point, I've been working for about 3 hours and 15 minutes. I've got another 45 minutes or so, and this is where all those other random miscellaneous tasks and projects fall. There's always those things inside Asana that need to get done. They might be little pieces of something bigger, but either they are an important piece of moving forward towards one of our goals, or they're a little fire that needs to get put out and we need to do something to prevent that fire from combusting again in the future. I would love to be able to tell you that these random tasks don't exist, but I haven't found a way around them yet. It seems like there always are those miscellaneous things that have to get done either by me or by another member of my team. Well, there you have it. That's what I do on a typical workday when I'm just maintaining your business. This isn't the minimum amount that I could get away with if I was just trying to keep things coasting. This is the amount of work that I can do to maintain a healthy, thriving business. I've heard a quote before that's something like, if you're not growing, then you're dying. These 4 hours a day don't mean that we're growing by leaps and bounds. I need to put in a few more hours to make that happen. But it does mean that we are on the growing side, not the dying side. And that, I feel, is at least an adequate place to end each day if I have other things that are a higher priority in my life, like spending quality time with my kids. Okay, well that's all for today's video, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, do that right now. Click that red button below so you don't miss my next video. It's coming very soon. I make new videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific. I don't want you to miss the next one. So click that red subscribe button and ring the bell so you get a notification when my next video comes out. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing week, and I'll see you again really soon. Are you interested in building a business that, like mine, can be highly profitable without demanding you to make huge sacrifices? Well, I'd love to show you how. Each month, I host a free 4-day event called the Profit Planning Challenge. During this short program, I guide you step by step through the process of creating a plan to increase your business's profits while decreasing your work hours. The challenge is completely free, and I know it can have a big impact on your business and on your life. Check the description box down below right now for a link to register for the next challenge. I can't wait to work with you on creating a profit plan for your business.